Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. After Steffy and Finn kick Luna to the curb, Liam realizes that Hope is aware of his impending death. Hope and Liam clasp in agony at Brooke's house. He promises to remain with them forever. She is aware. Liam apologizes for becoming so emotional as they sit. Hope said that before he came, she was experiencing those same feelings. Why, he wonders. Hope feels as though a lot of things have been left out. That is not what I want for us. As parents and friends, Hope and Liam discuss their values for one another. Hope claims he has expressed his belief that she will spend the rest of her life with Carter. If he spoke too much, Liam says he's sorry. Hope is grateful for his candor. You know you can tell me anything, Liam, he says, urging her to keep her optimism and not let it fade. She needs to share it with someone amazing. You have so much life ahead of you. Hope shakes her head, like Carter. I didn't anticipate all of that. Liam continues to talk about how well she and Carter get along. Hope reminds him of how they felt for one another in the past. We had our good days, didn't we? Liam smiles. Hope claims that even if Carter isn't the only man for whom she is thankful, their relationship would still endure even after their marriage ended. Together with their lovely little girl, they made memories. I am so grateful for you, sobs Hope. Liam Hope BNB. Sheila is questioned by a deacon. Sheila complains to Luna in a flashback at Il Giardino that Steffy is preventing her from seeing her father. Deacon approaches and inquires about her thoughts. He observes that she is attentive and frowning. He can see that Sheila is thinking about Finn and her grandchild, even though she attempts to deny it. He reminds her that she is unable to communicate with them. But it's not easy, Sheila reminds herself. It should be that way when she sees him with Hope. Are you jealous? Deacon asks. She disputes it, saying she is only concerned for her son. According to Deacon, Finn is now having difficulties. What if he had to inform Steffy that Luna was his daughter? Then Sheila says, Are you serious? The deacon raises his hands. Everything is okay because she doesn't communicate with her insane grandchild. Luna is fired. Luna informs Steffy that she wanted to see her father at the Cliff House. Steffy claims she is unable to attend. Steffy asks Luna what she's doing after Finn responds, I told her that. Why are you in my house? Finn reiterates that he was explicit about his boundaries. It's been incredibly difficult since learning that he was her father and being unable to communicate with him. Luna isn't attempting to ignore them. All I wanted was to see my dad. Luna is aware that she is wasting her words because she cannot adequately describe what it is like to know her father and be in his presence. Time to go, Steffy says. Luna only requested a short while. Go, Steffy replies, adding that Luna still longs to be a part of her father's life. That isn't feasible, according to Finn. Steffy reminds Luna that she attempted to ruin her family when she talks about them. Luna expresses regret. Steffy contends that she cannot just provide an apology for such an incident. Luna understands that coming was a mistake. Despite Finn being her father, she is unable to attend. She must accept responsibility because she is an adult. I'm going to stop bothering you. BNB with Finn Steffy. The complaint from Luna is about Steffy. Deacon informs Sheila that he has a meeting across town at Il Giardino. She tells Daddy that everything will be alright. Deacon is aware that family is a difficult topic for her. As they speak, Luna glances in before vanishing from view. When Deacon expresses his gratitude to Sheila, she responds that he may spend the entire evening thanking her when he returns. Luna joins her grandma after Deacon departs, and she inquires about the visit to Finn. Not as hoped, says Luna, thanks to Steffy. Luna claims that Steffy wasn't present and that Finn was taken aback to see her. Steffy shut her down when he got home, but Finn didn't throw her out. Sheila cautions that he will always be there for her. Luna claims that he is manipulated by the tiny bitch. Sheila claims that he will always prioritize her. That's what he's going to do with his wife. She must own that and accept accountability for her errors. According to Luna, she told them that. They seem to believe me. Sheila Luna BNB. Finn informs Steffy that Luna surprised him at the cliff home. Steffy is hoping that this will teach her to respect their boundaries. She will, replies Finn. The conversation shifts to Liam, and Finn is disappointed to learn that Steffy told Hope despite Liam's request that she not. According to Steffy, she had to know the truth. Liam doesn't want anyone to know, Finn sighs. Steffy does not want Hope to regret not spending more time with him or making a different decision. Steffy says Hope loves Liam, and Finn agrees, all right. She is entitled to know. Liam understands that Hope is aware. Hope tells Liam at Brooke's house that she values their friendship. She believes she hasn't said it clearly enough. Liam is able to sense their significance to one another. It is ever-present and unchanging. Hope thinks that's a lovely way to describe it. It's like the smell of jasmine around here in the spring. Liam finds their possessions to be lovely. Their stay at the cabin left him in awe. He liked the intimacy of it, but his father would make fun of him for not having a larger house. We filled it full of love. Many memories. Hope responds, we can create more. Liam stutters, I hope I will treasure every time I have with you because you and Beth made me a better man. They recount their happy memories of the cottage and discuss the miracle of discovering Beth after thinking she had died on Catalina. Hope is amazed at how happy he is doing what he does for them. They chuckle as they recall a botched science project he tried. Hope reflects that life is one big messy adventure. Liam pauses. He hasn't laughed in a minute. Hope desires his happiness. She suggests that they take a trip somewhere and spend some time together as a family. Liam wants to be around her and Beth as often as possible. Hope would also like that. We cherish the time we spend with you. He has had a profound influence on their lives. Are you aware of our love for you? She sobs. She breaks down and says she doesn't think she's expressed it enough, and Liam looks contemplative. She nods as he gives her a hug and says, you know, don't you? Luna curses Steffy, and Hope tells Liam how much she loves him, leading him to assume she knows he's dying. Hope apologized to Liam, Bill and Liam made up, and Steffy was incensed when she saw Luna with Finn. Liam finds it shocking that Hope is aware of his secret. Liam is optimistic at Brooks and assures her that he will always be by her side, no matter what. Both of them cry. As they sit, she remarks that it seems like they have a lot to say. Hope tells Liam he can speak anything to her as they discuss Beth and Carter. Her optimism and lack of cynicism are admirable to Liam. He continues by saying that she deserves to share the vast amount of life she has ahead of her with someone as amazing as Carter. She brings back memories of their past feelings for one another. She is thankful for other men in her life besides Carter. They will always be connected. She expresses her gratitude to him while holding his hand. I don't take him for granted, she assures him. She doesn't have to say it, he says. Like the fragrance of jasmine in the spring, it never goes away. He cherished their existence in the cabin. They filled it full of memories and love. They can produce more, she argues. He assures her that he will treasure every second. He became a better man because of her and Beth. They talk about how much fun they had together and his attempts at cooking. According to Hope, life is a messy journey. Whoa, Liam exclaims. It's been a long time since he's laughed and smiled like this. She recommends that they spend more time together as a family because she wants him to be happy. She tells him how much she loves him while crying. She must be aware that he is dying. Steffy ejects Luna. Steffy informs Luna that she is not permitted to be at the cliff house. Finn continues, I told her this already. All she wants is to see her father. It's really difficult for Luna to avoid seeing her father, but she isn't attempting to cross their boundaries. Steffy tells her to leave. Luna longs to be a part of Finn's life. Steffy enumerates her transgressions after he informs her that's not feasible. She cannot say she is sorry for attempting to ruin her family. Luna walks out after declaring she won't bother them any longer. They think Luna will not return because she has learned her lesson. According to Steffy, she visited Hope. For once, they are on the same side, which is strange. She was compelled to learn the truth regarding Liam's illness. Deacon accuses Luna of being insane. Liam told them not to do that, he reminded her. Hope should have known, she claims. All right, says Finn. Sheila recalls Luna's resolve to visit Finn in spite of Steffy at Il Giardino. What's on her mind? Deacon asks. He speculates that this is about Finn and her grandchild because she appears attentive and frowning. According to Deacon, it's acceptable to think about them but to avoid making touch with them. She is aware, but it's difficult. Sheila wishes for her son's success. Deacon is aware that he is struggling, but she is unrelated to his issues. Deacon needs to travel across town for a meeting. He appreciates her effort and is aware that she is handling her difficult family situations as best she can. She offers to let him spend the entire evening admiring her. After he goes, Luna enters covertly and informs Sheila that Steffy has once again obstructed her path. Steffy is accused of manipulation by Luna. When that little bitch Steffy showed up, Finn shut her down, but he didn't toss her out right away. She played tricks on him. Sheila advises her to inform them that she is accepting responsibility for her actions. Luna gave it a shot. As word spreads throughout Los Angeles about Liam's dire diagnosis, everyone is wondering not only if he will live but also what his possible demise will entail for the relationships he has left behind. The most important of these is his enduring, profound bond with Hope Logan. Lope has been the emotional beating heart of the bold and the beautiful for many years, enduring separations, triangles, infidelity, and new beginnings. However, all of those tumultuous chapters seem pointless now that Liam is dealing with what may be the end of his life. Legacy, love, and the last opportunity to recreate a story that once had so much potential are what matter now. The connection between Liam and Hope starts to rekindle as catastrophe approaches, but this time it's not with high-stakes romance or teenage giddiness but rather with history, pain, and raw, emotional urgency. After claiming to have moved on, Hope now finds herself clinging to Liam on an emotional and spiritual level in addition to physically. Every resentment she had is crushed by the weight of his illness, and she starts to recognize Liam for who he is now, vulnerable, honest, and incredibly sorry. In his calmer, more introspective times, Liam reconciles with his past while holding on to a final hope, that he might pass away with Hope at his side, not out of duty but out of love. Once on the verge of replacing Liam in Hope's heart, Carter stands by and cannot match a dying man's last desire. Despite what she once assured him, he knows that Liam has a piece of hope that no one else can ever fully have as he sees the sparkle in Hope's eyes when she looks at Liam and the way her fingers shake when she touches his skin. Their daughter, their emotional bond, and their shared past are all resurfacing. Hope doesn't express it aloud just yet, but her behavior betrays the fact that she is falling in love with Liam again right before they part ways. Since she knows this is not her chapter to write, even Liam's other great love, Steffy, is forced to sit aside. Despite their passionate and illustrious past together, Liam calls Hope's name when the anguish becomes too much for him. He wants Hope beside his bedside. Additionally, that triangle appears to fold in on itself inside the great, dramatic history of Bed and Breakfast, narrowing back down to the original, iconic pairing that has always been a heartbeat away from being revived. The hardest part of Liam's goodbye notes to the people he loves is the one he writes to Hope. It's replete with declarations, regrets, and recollections, along with a subliminal plea that she live fearlessly, love without restraint, and never forget what they had in common in the event that a miracle doesn't come in time. But is Liam's life truly over? Or is it a tragic turn of events that reunites two individuals just to tear them apart once more? A last-minute miracle, a startling cure, or a dramatic turn are all possible on the bold and the beautiful canvas. What will happen if that time comes, if Liam lives? After choosing him in the face of death, would Hope remain merely to be bound to him once more in life? Or will the old wounds that previously divided them take precedence over the clarity of grief? As Liam and Hope navigate the harsh countdown to his last days, or last chance, fans can only watch and wait for the time being. However, there is no denying that Liam's imminent death has radically and emotionally revived Lope, demonstrating that despite pain, this couple's bond endures. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer has experienced loss, betrayal, sorrow, and identity crises, but never before has the weight of his world been so relentless and crushing as it does now. It's a hurt that doesn't shout, instead, it simmers beneath each breath he takes. Liam has been tugged in 1,000 different directions for years, between Steffy and hope, between duty and desire, between his own moral compass and his family loyalty, but now the internal conflict is quiet and solitary. His suffering now consists of seeing himself in the mirror and hardly recognizing the man who is staring back at him, rather than having to choose between two women. Time is no longer an abstract idea for Liam as the shock of his diagnosis descends upon him like a fog. Instead, it is a ticking clock that is loud in his ears. The passing of his daughter's future milestones, the potential to mend past hurts, and the tenuous peace he's just recently started to rediscover with Hope and Steffy are all reminders of what he's going to lose. No reprieve exists. The pain of regret accompanies even moments of clarity, regret for the choices he made when he believed he had endless time. He reenacts every error, every lost chance, and every sarcastic utterance. In light of mortality, the love triangles that once seemed like games of passion now appear insignificant. The pain in his heart is far worse than the pain in his body. He sees Hope trying to keep his spirits up when hers are slipping by trying to be strong for him and making him smile through her tears. He watches as Steffy battles remorse and feels powerless as her child's father deteriorates before her. Even Bill, who once governed the Spencer empire with an iron hand, suddenly breaks down in front of his son and is powerless to use wealth or power to keep him safe. The cruelest aspect of Liam's suffering is that it is not solely his to bear. It affects everyone in his immediate vicinity. He is turned into a cause of anguish for those closest to him, and the awareness that his pain radiates only makes him more tormented. Liam detects the tension, the residual hurt of knowing that Hope might never be his, even if Liam dies, but Carter offers comfort. Despite their best efforts, Ridge, Brooke, and even Finn are unable to get to the heart of Liam's problem. He is the only one in it. And as the days go by, the hopeful diversions, physicians, therapies, and routines he is accustomed to disappear, leaving him with the one thing he cannot avoid, the reality. He is dying, and he is unsure of his strength to pass away gracefully. Even so, what does that mean? A part of him is exhausted, but he wants to fight for his family, his peace, a few more days of sunshine, and the sound of his daughter laughing. I'm exhausted. But each time he sees Hope enter the room, he is reminded of the reason he is unable to give up. Purpose sharpens his anguish. Let it signify something if he must cause pain. Allow it to mend past injuries. Let it clarify things for Hope. Let Steffy feel at ease. Allow it to redeem Bill. With every visit, however, his grin becomes more forced, and his pain becomes more audible than his hope. Nevertheless, he appears. He pays attention. He gives a hug. He extends forgiveness. He's sorry. Liam is now the most vulnerable and human he has ever been. His once certain life has shrunk to seconds, and each one is filled with unfathomable sadness and beauty. This is the source of Liam's constant suffering, not only the physical anguish of a dying body, but also the mental anguish of knowing what should have been, what could have been, and what he will never see. But he keeps going, because he has to. Because at least it indicates that he is still alive if agony is all he is left to experience. From envious enemies to possible friends. Longtime rivals Steffy and Hope are forced to set aside their disagreements after learning of Liam's terminal illness, and they may end up becoming closest friends in their shared sorrow. Besties from bitter enemies? Everything is changed by Steffy and Hope's shockingly large. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester and Hope Logan did the unimaginable and hugged it out in a moment that left me genuinely speechless. And, people, not just any hug. We are discussing an intense, passionate, we are in this together hug that has rocked the core of B&B's most enduring rivalry. Is this the start of the most surprising friendship of the day? Or perhaps a brief pause before these storied rivals resumed their catfighting ways? The internet broke due to the hug. For those who missed Thursday's incredible show, May 12, 2025, allow me to set the scenario. Steffy, of all places, was standing in Brooke's living room when she broke the most heartbreaking news to Hope. Liam Spencer had an incurable brain tumor. Something extraordinary occurred between these two women who had been at each other's throats for years, instead of another slapfest or screaming match. Steffy took the unimaginable action while Hope sobbed at the prospect of losing Liam. She extended her arm and embraced her lifelong foe with consolation. The shock almost caused my TV to short-circuit. However, that wasn't even the most unexpected aspect. Following the embrace, these two bitter rivals genuinely clasped hands and made a commitment to put their differences aside for the benefit of their daughters. Indeed, girl power. The pause of a decade-long rivalry. For a moment, let's be honest. For what seems like an eternity, Steffy and Hope have been circling each other like sharks. Some of the most famous confrontations in soap opera history have resulted from their struggle for Liam. Do you recall the time Steffy ziplined into Hope's wedding, literally stealing the event? Or when Carter was persuaded by Hope to seize Forrester creations from the Forresters themselves? These two have slapped cheeks, yanked each other's hair, and caused burns so severe they ought to carry fire extinguishers. To witness them come together in sorrow at Liam's diagnosis, then? You're the one crying, not me. Annika Noel and Jacqueline McInnes were fantastic in these scenes. People, this is the stuff for your Emmy entry. The way that as Hope crumbled, Steffy's face grew really compassionate. The chef's kiss. Is a disaster waiting to happen, or are best friends in the making? The big question that has the soap opera Twitterverse exploding is whether or not this new friendship will last. According to my unnamed but always reliable insiders at CBS, the writers are seriously contemplating a long-term partnership between two erstwhile rivals. Picture Hope and Steffy sharing a cup of tea. Or Steffy throwing up her arms to welcome Hope back to Forrester Creations. But come on, we're talking about a bed and breakfast. How long before their rivalry is rekindled by anything or someone? I'm raising every eyebrow in response to one specific factoid from Thursday's show. In the past, Steffy expressed to Finn her desire for one last moment with Liam. Excuse me? A final moment of romance? Because it sounded just like that. We may also be preparing for the mother of all triangle revivals, since next week's spoilers indicate that Hope is re-evaluating her relationship with Liam in light of his diagnosis. Thoughts from the fans. Since the airing of this episode, social media has been exploding. The responses are scattered everywhere. @SoapFanatic posted on Twitter, Steffy and Hope as best friends? This is what I've been waiting for years. It's nearly time for their daughters to become sisters. @BB Forever, meanwhile, wrote, please. Before they start arguing over Liam's hospital bed, their friendship will only continue for roughly 5 minutes. Fans are wondering how Matthew Atkinson feels about this surprise partnership as he posted a shocked face emoji, indicating that even some of the cast has joined in on the fun. Afterward, what happens? My prediction is that Steffy and Hope's friendship will endure, at least until Liam's health takes a turn for the worse. Because, let's be honest, this is soap opera territory. When was the last time a terminal condition actually caused someone to pass away? Bill uses his connections to find a miraculous experimental therapy, and I'm betting on it. Then observe how quickly these besties resume their competition for Liam's affections. But for the time being? I'm relishing every moment of this surprising partnership. These two strong women need to know that their combined strength is greater than their individual strength. And really, their daughters deserve it? After all these years of seeing them undermine one another, do we feel the same way? Fans of soap operas, what do you think? Will Steffy and Hope wind up being the next famous couple in the daytime? Or is this merely the quiet before a more significant storm? Leave your guesses in the comments section. And keep an eye out for next week, when Liam reportedly advises Hope to think about living without him. Will she heed his counsel or make one final attempt to win their love? In Los Angeles, the drama never ends. For the first time in what seemed like an eternity, the longtime rivals weren't fighting over a man, a legacy, or a secret. Instead, they were standing together, bound together by something more powerful than rivalry or jealousy, mutual understanding and pain. As Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester embraced, fans of The Bold and the Beautiful held their breath in awe rather than disbelief. The concept that these two iconic women, who were once the epitome of an endless love triangle, may actually turn into allies, dare we say it, best friends, was sparked by this strong, unplanned embrace, which did more than just signal a truce. Why not? Heartbreak, betrayal, motherhood, public scrutiny, and the unrealistic expectations that both their families and lovers have placed on them are all emotional storms that they have experienced. They were positioned against one another for years, as if the success of one woman had to equate to the failure of another. However, a change has occurred in this new chapter. The air has changed. And that hug? Their priorities have changed. It was more than simply Liam. It was about recognizing one another for who they truly are, flawed, fierce, and in dire need of peace. Hope, who has always made an effort to be morally upright but frequently battled naivety, is no longer a damsel in distress. Additionally, after going through several emotional hardships, Steffy, once the fearless, occasionally cruel heiress who was desperate to preserve her family's legacy, has become more vulnerable. After enduring the fire together, they are now beginning to see that they might be stronger as a team. What if these two women, who were previously characterized by their rivalry, decided to choose empowerment above animosity? When combined, they might be invincible. The possibilities for a true partnership are countless, ranging from co-parenting to working together at Forrester Creations. They have a molecular understanding of each other's suffering, what it's like to lose Liam, to raise kids in the midst of contentious relationships, and to live your life in the limelight of generational drama. Something real is built on that shared understanding. Can it last, though? Let's face it, nothing remains tranquil for very long in The Bold and the Beautiful. Miscommunication, romantic entanglements, and jealousy are always present. Building a lasting connection would require more than a symbolic embrace, it would require genuine progress. They would need to forgive one another for the years lost to rivalry as well as for the things they said and did. They would also need to be honest about their past rather than try to ignore it. This implies that Hope would have to genuinely embrace Steffy's presence in her life as a woman who shares her desire for recovery, rather than merely as Liam's ex or her daughter's stepmother. Additionally, Steffy would need to stop being defensive, which has frequently resulted from feelings of insecurity and pressure from her generation. It would entail letting go of the notion that people must compete in order to succeed for once. Girl power on B&B is an opportunity, not simply a trendy term. Picture scenarios in which Hope and Steffy confide in one another voluntarily rather than out of obligation. Scenes in which they support one another in the face of emotional collapses, family manipulation, or business threats. Imagine Steffy supporting Hope as she navigates her future without Liam, or perhaps even helping her make amends with Carter, or Hope consoling Steffy through problems with Finn. Their friendship might change the course of events by demonstrating that women in drama throughout the day don't always have to compete for scraps of adoration, they can work together to create empires. The fans are prepared. This new perspective on their relationship is refreshing after years of love triangle weary. These ladies are learning to love themselves and one another in a powerful and platonic way. It's no longer just about who Liam loves more. Indeed, there will be hiccups in the journey. Trust may be a challenge for Hope. Steffy may revert to her previous behaviors. However, their friendship might be the most revolutionary narrative twist of all if they continue to put respect before resentment. And really, who better to be your best friend than a woman who intimately knows your experience, who can relate to your emotions without asking why, and who has weathered the same storms as you? There was history in that embrace, but more significantly, there was promise. Are Hope and Steffy best friends? It isn't merely wishful thinking. Evolution is that. Girl power is that. The Bold and the Beautiful is in dire need of it at the moment.